Just think, Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning. I like to do my grocery shopping in the morning time on the weekend. So Saturday morning, you pull up to the grocery store, Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart. You go get your fresh vegetables, your fresh fruits from that particular section. Then you go get the poultry. You need that protein, chicken. For those of you who like pork, maybe some beef, if you will. Then you have to top it all off with the dessert. So you go to the dessert section, maybe get some ice cream for the kids, maybe get a pie for yourself and a spouse. Then you go check out. As you're leaving the store, you think to yourself, wait, I forgot something. You go to the vending machine to go get some ammo. You recently was out of ammo for your firearm, and hey, now you're at the grocery store, not only getting groceries and desserts and things like that, but also getting ammo. That's what has recently came out, a vending machine that sells you ammo. We're going to take a look at this CNN article, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts. I'm going to give you my thoughts of what I think about it as an IP attorney who's been doing this for 10 years. And then we're going to also look at the patent to see, okay, and a lot of people think, okay, a vending machine. So one vending machine, you've seen them all. We just recently broke down a vending machine that was on Shark Tank that are serving hot burgers, essentially fresh off the vending machine. Now we're going to take a look at another vending machine that has a patent on the technology that allows you or allows the vending machine, I should say, to disperse ammo. Heck, the vending machine can also disperse other things such as cannabis, maybe some airline tickets, a number of different things that will help out your life. I'm not sure if I guess, buying ammo from a vending machine, but I definitely wouldn't mind going to the vending machine to get my rental car information, my keys for my rental car or my airline ticket, so I don't have to wait in that long line at the airport or at the rental car location. So let's get off into this video first that CNN recently did. And then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna break down the patent, and I'm gonna let you know what I think from a 10-year intellectual property dealing with everything from trademarks, patents, copyrights, you name it. So let's go.
Americans in 3 states can add bullets to their grocery lists. Computerized vending machines now make it possible for shoppers in Alabama, Texas, and Oklahoma to buy ammunition at the grocery store. The machine's distributor says it uses AI technology to verify customers' identities, but some officials have mixed feelings about these new devices. CNN's Rafael Romo joining me now with more details on this. How does the technology work?
It's a little bit like here in Georgia and other states, they have at supermarkets those machines where you can renew your license plates. It's a little bit like that if you had the added step of doing a face scan. It's kind of like that. And let me tell you, reaction to the machines has been mixed. Those who oppose them say that.
Let me know. So this gentleman says that the reaction to the machine has been mixed. And we all know if any state was going to adopt this, if any, I guess, geographical region in the country was going to be adopted, it probably was going to be adopted somewhere in the South. Seems like the first 3 states that you can see one of these machines coming to a grocery store near you is Alabama, Texas, and Oklahoma. I knew Texas was going to be on that list, but Oklahoma, Alabama are other 2 states where they're said to introduce this vending machine to or in grocery markets or retail stores, for example. So let me know what you think. Would you like that ease of access? And to be fair, we all know AI was, again, going to take over the world at some point, and this just one example of it doing so, making it possible. And I must have to, be fair in my analysis. This isn't like, okay, you're going to get a Coke or some chips out of a vending machine. You just put the money in, and it's going to disperse, the ammo, or similar to what, like the gentleman was saying, with, going to the Secretary of State and kind of maybe, I guess, dispersing a license plate or whatever the case may be. Yeah, you have to, there's a number of checks which we, once we look at the patent, we will look at, but it's using AI technology. So it's kind of taking a scan of your face, taking a scan of your eyes, things like that, to verify that this is indeed who you are, holding yourself out to be when you're trying to purchase this ammo from the vending machine. So it is, I would say, a safe thing. I guess maybe the feedback, and we'll take a look at what some of the reservation is from the public. Is it the ease of access? Typically, I mean, I guess you can go to a store that kind of sells ammo and get it right then and there. So I guess why not be able to go to a vending machine and have that same type of access? I guess that's one way to look at it. The other part is, hey, should this thing be in grocery stores? Should this thing be in vending machines? Should this thing be so easy to access? That's maybe another side of it. You guys have to let me know in the comment section, what side do you fall on? Are you okay with these ammo being in these vending machines that are available for purchase in grocery stores, or are you like, no, I just, something about it just doesn't seem a little sketchy, seem a little off. I would like for people to have to go to the firearm store and get the ammo, but heck, it seems like you can get ammo online these days. So obviously that would take a day or a couple of days or whatever the case may be, so it takes a little longer. But again, to the extent that you have a firearm store near you, you can just as easily go get the ammo from the firearm store as you would be able to go get it from the vending machine. So let's get back to it and see what this guy is talking about as far as the public outcry.
Buying ammunition shouldn't be as easy as getting candy from a vending machine. Others say it adds convenience for people who already have the legal right to buy not only bullets, but also firearms. The company behind the machines is called American Rounds, and it says it has already installed them at grocery stores in 3 different states: Alabama, Oklahoma, and Texas. The company rolled out its first ammo dispenser last November in Alabama. Grant Majors, the CEO of American Rounds, addressed the criticism that the machine makes purchasing ammunition for some too easy in a company video published on their website. He says before making a purchase, customers need to identify themselves through a process that uses AI technology.
As you can see here, we have, a very secure automated retail machine. We're able to age verify.
So this is the machine right here that you're looking at that's actually in a grocery store. It seems like in Alabama in this case.
We scan a driver's license and then takes 360 facial recognition for the purchase and matches it to the ID.
And Fred, each machine sells ammunition for various firearm calibers, including rifles, shotguns, and handguns, according to American Rounds. A local government official in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, says he thought it was a bad joke when he first heard the machines had been installed at a supermarket in his city.
Oh, so we're not going to listen to what that gentleman, a public official, has to say. Again, I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think it's a good idea? Would you want to go pick up some ammo as you're picking up your desserts, as you're picking up your poultry, as you're picking up your fruits and vegetables from the grocery store? Or do you think, hey, something about it just seems off? Definitely put that your comment in the comment section here below. I'm going to actually bring up the patent because, again, I do want to bring you guys a value, not just some entertainment in a current event. So we're going to look at the patent, and I'm going to, we're going to read the claim. So for those of you who don't know, the patent application, this patent has 17 claims. It is actually issued. It issued a couple years ago. So, this is the patent number right here. The issue May 3rd of 2022. Hopefully you guys can see my cursor. So this is an actual patent. And what is claimed? A computer implemented method for selectively serving a consumer from a vending machine. So it's a method. Another independent claim is a system claim, but essentially they're the same thing. The system claim is just on the actual dispenser or the vending machine, whereas the method is essentially the technology or the software. So, but let's see here. What is it claiming? Receiving consumer-specific data and ID-specific data from an identification presented by a consumer to a vending machine. So it seems like this consumer-specific data is the facial recognition that is, being taken by some cameras, for example, and then an ID-specific data, just maybe your state ID or driver's license, for example. So let's go on. The consumer-specific data being absent, personally identifiable information such that the PII of the consumer is absent from storage within a vending machine and is absent from transmission from the vending machine. So this facial recognition data, for example, this consumer-specific data is not stored in the machine, nor is it transmitted from the machine. So I cannot walk up to the machine and get John Doe's personally identifiable information. I can't be able to get that because it's not stored in the machine or it's not transmitted from the vending machine. Let's continue to go down here. Processing at least a portion of the ID-specific data to determine the expiration date of the identification. So what does this mean? You're putting your ID, your driver's license, for example, in the key holder in the key holder associated with the machine, and the machine is processing it to determine what's the expiration date of the identification. So, in other words, if you're trying to get some ammo using an ID that's expired, you're not going to be able to do that. That's it seems like the first processing step. Then it says determining that the identification is unexpired based on the expiration date. So that's pretty much what I just said. If it's your driver's license or your ID is expired, you're not going to be able to get anything. So furthermore, it's processing at least a portion of the ID specific data to determine a birth date of the individual represented by the identification. So first, it's seeing whether or not your ID is expired. And to the extent that it's not expired, okay, the next step is determining your birth date. So for example, say you have to be 21 to buy ammo. If your ID is not expired, but you're 18, you're not going to be able to buy ammo from that vending machine. That's pretty much what that step is saying. Then in determining the age of the individual meets the threshold age. So that's pretty much what I'm saying here. Then, okay, the last few steps here is processing at least a portion of the ID specific data based on the type of identification to determine whether or not the identification is authentic. What does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. You know, everybody, hey, I was 21 years old once, and you know how people try to give the fake IDs and things like that. So they're essentially, this step is pretty much saying, hey, we are going to, there we go. This step that's processing at least a portion of the ID specific data based on a type of the identification to determine whether the identification is authentic. So again, if you have a passport, is the passport authentic? If you have a driver's license, is that driver's license authentic? We want to make sure that you're not trying to create a fake ID or a fake passport to be able to buy. So it has some security measures. Seems like first, what it's doing is receiving the consumer specific data or your facial recognition, for example, as well as your driver's license. In one example, from the user, you're processing that a driver's license, for example, to see if it's expired. Okay, it's not expired. Let's look at the birth date of that driver's license. Okay, the birth date meets your threshold. Okay, great. Let's look and see if this last processing step is. Let's see if your driver's license or your passport, for example, is authentic. If it's not authentic, you're trying to create a fake ID or a fake passport to purchase ammo, is going to catch that. Then last but not least, you're serving the consumer from the vending machine, at least partially in response to determining that the identification is authentic and determining that the consumer is authentic relative to the identification. So based on all these different criteria of your ID specific data, again, a passport or the driver's license, if that checks out, and then your facial recognition checks out, for example, then it's going to dispense you the ammo. That's pretty much that claim. That's essentially what claim one says. Your claim one is typically going to be your broadest claim in the application. In this case, the claim one is just geared towards the software. And then claim 8, which is another independent claim or standalone claim, is essentially saying the same thing as claim 1, but it's a system claim. So it's talking about the computer readable storage device, essentially your controller, for example, and then it's also claiming the vending machine, which is, that's where you see a beverage dispenser. But another thing that I do want to point out, as I said earlier, this thing is not just geared towards ammo. You can use it for rental cars. You can use it for cannabis, in case you're trying to buy some ganja out the vending machine. You can use it for your medications. We all know that the pharmacy sometimes is slapping, so we kind of want to avoid the line. Maybe you can, purchase that stuff from a medication. Now it seems like it's a pretty specific information that they're saying it can be used for your airline tickets, your utility services, and different things. So what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think? Do you think that this is a good idea? Again, it seems like artificial intelligence, like I said, we know it's going to take over at some point. And again, to those people who are thinking, how can you pan a vending machine? This is a different type of vending machine. This is not you going to, get your chips or your beverage or some ho-hos from a vending machine and just putting in $1 or, putting in your credit card machine. You have to essentially in this vending machine have a driver's license that's going to be authenticated in a number of ways, but it also is going to take facial recognition. So that's essentially the twist with this vending machine that they have a patent for, and that it seems like it's coming to 3 states in the South: Oklahoma, Texas, and I forget the last one, but the 3 states in Alabama, that's the last state in the South. Let me know if you think this is a good idea, or do you think this is going to backfire? I see some arguments both ways, but I'll be interested in hearing from you guys to see what you think about it. And hopefully you guys got something out of this video. If you did, please hit the like button and then hit the subscribe button if you enjoy this type of content, bringing these current events as it relates to IP, trademarks, copyrights, patents. Then kind of breaking it down, especially from a patent perspective. The claims are the most important part. It's going to define the scope of protection and what's being protected from that invention. We just read the broadest claim of this vending machine patent that dispenses things such as ammo and cannabis and airline tickets and other things, medications, if you will. So let me know what you guys think about it. And until next time, you guys take care. Peace.